Customers cannot trust you if they cannot feel your fire. Let me say that again. Your customers cannot trust you if they cannot feel your fire. Now, one of the things we know from surveying close to three or 400 over 50 business owners, Mike,
Yeah, more.
like one of the things we know is that for business owners over 50, like marketing is a real challenge. All right. Like time and again, that is the lowest scoring question in the Greater Life assessment that we share. And so here's the thing. I was in my therapy session yesterday, and one of the things that we've been exploring is some of the really deep stuff that got kind of locked down and shut away, and as a result of me being at boarding school. And there have been a few moments. There are a few like moments as I look back on my boarding school time that really cut deep. And one of those was when I was essentially like forced to stay at school by my mother when I was ill. And like I remember, I was like tears were streaming down my face. I was like ill, feeling sick, and like just totally incomprehensible as to like why I should have to stay at school when I was ill. And I've previously done some kind of quote unquote inner work to look at this and try and kind of resolve it. And there'd been a lot of grieving, a lot of crying. Yesterday, I connected for the first time with the incredible amount of anger that was underneath this instant, this moment, and kind of just almost like feeling like there was like flowing from me with this like awesome fire. And as I sat there, like talking it through with my therapist and allowing myself to feel what was coming up, the real sense I had was this fire was not some kind of like dangerous thing, though it felt like it had the energy to burn the world down, like to just burn away everything that was painful. More, it felt like a resource I barely dared myself to allow myself to tap into. And one of the things that's been unfolding as as part of this therapeutic journey, and I think I've also shared as part of the kind of journey around heartbreak that I've been experiencing, is how I have showed up in particularly situations like intimate romantic situations and created the opposite of the safety that would have created more connection than was possible. So by the ways that I've shown up, I have created in the past significant unsafety in romantic connections. And the pieces over the last few days and weeks have really started to fall into place, particularly with this one around the fire, to recognize that for so long, I have like kept that fire at bay. And I have not allowed me to stand for what I want, to say, hey, this is actually what I want. This is not okay for me, right? And archetypally, we're very much in the realm of the warrior here, right? And the warrior is all about boundaries and about taking the stand for the love that we want to embody in the world. And one of the things that I've known and seen in terms of how I've responded to people's marketing messages and in conversation with others is that almost like without exception, those people who I've responded to the most are the ones who were most unashamedly themselves, most authentic, if that is even a possible thing. Like, can you be most authentic? Authentic is a quality all of itself, right? But I know, for example, in like say Garrett White and the warrior movement, like the way he speaks about that, like he's unashamedly, he's happy to swear, all of those things. That's just him, right? And even chatting with a friend yesterday, she was talking about this woman who she really admires for the way this woman shows up in her live videos. Sometimes she'll just be breastfeeding and still talking through the programs and the offers that she's making, right? So in all of these instances, what struck me is that these people have access to their fire, to their unique fire of spirit and soul that burns in them and allows them to show up as themselves alone, totally, wholly, uninhibited, unashamed. And the reason this is so powerful is because more than ever, we are crying out for authentic, genuine, real human connection. And so for you, the question I ask is, how connected are you to your fire? Like, I sit here speaking to you with a level of fire that wasn't present yesterday, okay, because of the experiences I've been having. And I ask, where do you hold yourself back? Where do you step back from leaning into what you really want to say? Where have you allowed the consensus opinions to dim your light, to shut down your shine? Because though you may fear getting cancelled, though you may fear people railing against you and saying unkind things, the reality is that the world needs the whole of you, the best of you, the truth of you, not some watered down version that is acceptable for public opinion. Because look at what public opinion has created. We have a world where half the food is wasted while half the people starve. We have a world where our leaders are so poor in the quality of their leadership that they cannot stay in office, nor can they gain the trust of the people in any capacity that will be of any kind of use. Fuck public opinion. I want you. Your customers want you. So, dear brother, dear sister, as you go forward today, what do you need to do to connect with your fire? And to let your customers feel your fire, your unique beauty of spirit and soul, so that they know you are the one who can make the difference they've been looking for. I'll see you next time.